Ever stumble across a corner of the internet so raw, so unapologetically different, that it makes you question everything you thought you knew about music? That's the rabbit hole of Zero Antarctica, also known as Hillbilly Goddard. This isn't just about some guy making songs in his basement. This is a story about a movement, a philosophy, and a deliberate act of what could be called cultural secession. So, who or what is Zero? According to the artist himself, Zero isn't a person. It's a musical enigma, a solitary musician operating completely outside the well-oiled machine of the modern music industry. Forget polished production. Forget viral marketing. Forget the carefully crafted personas you see on social media. Zero Antarctica is the antithesis of all that. This is music in its most primal form, raw, prolific, and fiercely independent. If you browse the massive catalog on the Zero Antarctica Bandcamp page, you'll find an ocean of sound. The sheer volume is staggering. We're talking hundreds, even thousands of tracks. This isn't an artist releasing an album every 2 years. This is a constant, unfiltered stream of consciousness turned into music. The style is often labeled outsider music, a genre that by its very definition stands in opposition to the mainstream. It's for those who don't fit in. Created by someone who proudly wears that same badge. The song titles alone tell a story. Tracks like Unwanted Misfit aren't just names. They're declarations. They speak to a feeling of being on the fringes, of being looked down upon by a society that values conformity. This is where the anti-establishment sentiment really comes into focus. By self-publishing everything, bypassing labels, agents, and industry gatekeepers, Zero Antarctica is essentially saying, I don't need your permission to create. I don't need your approval to have a voice. But let's dig deeper than just the music. Let's talk about the why. What's the mission behind this deluge of lo-fi sound? This isn't just about making noise. It's about a deliberate philosophy. The artist describes this persona, Zero, as dwelling in the side of a mountain or a swamp on one of Saturn's hidden moons. Now, that might sound strange, but it's a powerful metaphor. It's a complete rejection of the cult of celebrity. In a world where artists are brands, Zero is a void, an enigma. The focus is pulled away from the individual and placed squarely on the creation itself. This act of disappearing into the art is a revolutionary statement against an industry that often prioritizes image over substance. And this brings us to the concept of cultural secession. What does that mean? It means consciously unplugging from the dominant culture. Instead of trying to break into the system, you build your own outside of it. By using a platform like Bandcamp and operating on the extreme fringes of the internet, Zero Antarctica creates a space where the rules of the mainstream simply don't apply. There are no algorithms to please, no trends to follow, no elites to impress. It's a sovereign creative nation of one. The goal seems to be empowerment. By releasing raw, unedited tracks, he is sending a clear message. You don't need $1 million studio or a record deal to express yourself. You don't need to be polished or perfect. Your authentic voice, however rough around the edges, has value. It's a powerful validation for anyone who has ever felt like a misfit, anyone who has been told their story doesn't matter. Now, let's talk about the Hillbilly Goddard persona. This is where the cultural commentary gets even more pointed. The themes in the music often lean into Appalachian and rural life. Historically, people from these regions have been subjected to harmful and derogatory stereotypes often painted as backward or unsophisticated by so-called cultural elites. Words like hillbilly have been used as slurs, as tools to keep entire groups of people beaten down and marginalized. So when this artist adopts the name Hillbilly Goddard, it's not self-deprecation. It's an act of reclamation. It's taking a word meant to wound and turning it into a badge of honor, a symbol of independent creative power. He's seizing control of the narrative. He's saying, you can call me that, but I'll define what it means. It is a direct challenge to the stereotypes and a way of giving a voice to those who have been systematically silenced or caricatured. This reclamation of identity is central to the anti-establishment drive. The sheer volume of his output can be seen as an attempt to flood the zone with unfiltered truth. In this worldview, authenticity is the ultimate weapon against a system perceived as fake and oppressive. Every raw track, every unpolished guitar riff is a blow against the manufactured perfection of the mainstream. It's a relentless assertion that real, messy, human experience is more valuable than any corporate-approved product. The deal, as he might see it, is that by staying true to this raw, independent spirit, he is providing an alternative. He's not just making music for misfits. He's building a sanctuary for them. He is proving that you can exist and thrive outside the established systems of control. You can create your own world on your own terms. Think about it. In our hyper-curated digital age, everything is filtered, optimized, and packaged for consumption. Zero Antarctica is the complete opposite. It's a fire hose of pure, unadulterated creativity. It challenges our very notion of what an artist should be. Should they be an accessible celebrity with a flawless brand? Or can they be an anonymous force of nature, a musical enigma, churning out art from a hidden swamp on one of Saturn's moons? This project forces us to confront our own biases about what constitutes good art. Is it technical perfection and glossy production? Or is it honesty, passion, and the courage to be oneself, flaws and all? The work of Zero Antarctica argues powerfully for the latter. It champions the idea that the most important part of art is the heart behind it, not the polish on its surface. So, while you might not hear Zero Antarctica on the radio, and you won't see Hillbilly Guittard walking a red carpet, the impact is arguably more profound for those who find it. It's a lighthouse for the lost, a radio signal from a parallel universe where the outsiders are the heroes. It's a testament to the enduring power of a single, determined voice against the noise of the crowd. If you're tired of the same old songs, the same old stories, and you're looking for something that feels truly real, I urge you to explore the world of Zero Antarctica. Dive into the catalog on Bandcamp. You might not love every track, and that's the point. It's not made for everyone. It's made for anyone who has ever felt like an unwanted misfit, and it's a powerful reminder that you are not alone. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy digging into the deeper stories behind the music, consider subscribing for more.